Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Now, let's just break down the DAZN, the LDBC, and Biased Boxing Ego. You know, these guys are lying about the DAZN and their pricing. These guys are saying they're just jacking up their rate sky high. These guys are coming out here basically saying the DAZN is garbage and trash. Why would you pay for it? You know, the DAZN has nothing to offer. And we know why they're saying these things. We know they're saying these things because these guys are all PBC fanboys. You're absolutely right. They are PBC fanboys. And, you know, so let's just dig into it, and let's break down the deal initially. So the new pricing plan from the DAZN, the current subscribers right now, if you have the DAZN, you'll pay $9.99 a month if you're already subscribed now, or if you're a new subscriber. Now, if you turn out to be a new subscriber starting after Monday, you'll pay $19.99. And so on the outside, that looks like a price hike. But if you wanted an annual pass and you'd make a commitment to the DAZN for a year, you could pay $100 up front. That means the actual price for the DAZN would actually drop from $9.99 a month to $8 per month because you're paying it all up front. And so if you look at it like that, it makes a lot more sense. And so you're actually saving money because of that. So if you pay an annual fee of $99.99, you're actually saving money every month on the DAZN. And that means you're just paying it up front. You're paying the cost up front. So you're paying the same cost, but you're paying them up front, which is saving you money on the back end. And it's to encourage people to basically stick with the DAZN. Don't just come to the DAZN for one particular fight. But if you want to do that, you'll end up paying $19.99 a month, or at least for that 1 month. So let's just break it down. So let me explain to you how that's saving you money. Because if you're looking at it and you're looking at other pay-per-views, you look at the pay-per-view cost for Adrian Broner versus Manny Pacquiao, $74.99. The pay-per-view cost versus Mikey versus Spence, it ranges anywhere from $64.99 to $74.99. Wilder Fury, $64.99 to $74.99. So all three of those pay-per-views that they were housed by the PBC, all of these guys are triple the cost of the annual fee, or almost triple the cost of the annual fee of the DAZN. And those are just 3 fights. Those aren't for an entire year's worth of fights. And so if you break down the fights, you look at Canelo Alvarez, you look at who the DAZN has, because, Boxing Ego says, and this is how you know he's biased. He says, he basically says, well, what does the DAZN have? Do these guys have any content? I don't know what content they're going to have. What that I should pay this money? I don't know if I'm getting value. Well, let's look at it like this. You know that the DAZN has Triple G, who can be a pay-per-view fighter and who has been a pay-per-view fighter with Canelo Alvarez. So we already know that Triple G is a huge draw and people would love that. And so if you're paying $8 a month to watch Triple G, then you also have Canelo Alvarez. And the Canelo Alvarez pay-per-views, one alone will pay for your whole DAZN subscription. But then again, you have Canelo Alvarez stating that he may fight 3 times. So you're getting maximum value for the amount you're paying. I don't see how this is a bad deal. This is a tremendous deal. And even with the prices, you're still paying way less than what the PBC is charging you. This is a great move for consumers to uplift boxing. And you also have to look at it like this. It makes perfect sense to do it this way, to save you money on the long term if you commit throughout the year. But also if you're just in it for 1 month, 1 fight, it's still saving you a lot of money compared to a PBC fight. It's going to charge you $60, $70, $80 for one pay-per-view when they're charging you $20 for a whole month of subscriptions, not just 1 fight. And you get a lot more stuff on the DAZN than just boxing. So that's a fantastic deal. You're getting more value for your buck, even if you don't like those other things. Maybe someone else does. These guys are not honest about what it is. And the reason why they're saying all these things is because the LDBC, Biased Ego, these guys aren't fans of boxing. They're fanboys for the PBC. And any channel that promotes the PBC, these guys are going to talk about them like they're the best thing going. Look at Showtime. Showtime has been putting on garbage content for a while. Fox, has basically taken all the better fights from Showtime. And any good fights that the PBC may have, these guys are throwing automatically on pay-per-view. That's what's going on. No one wants to see Wilder versus Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Brazil. But at the end of the day, that's the fight that you have. So you have Deontay Wilder fighting Anthony Joshua's leftovers, choosing that easier path than the more exciting and thrilling fight in Dillian White. And you see what I'm saying? These guys are making you pay that for that subscription. And then you forget that Showtime is a $10.99 a month subscription, plus you're paying the pay-per-views. When you look on Fox, there's no subscription. It's a basic channel. You're absolutely right. But you also have to pay a $80 pay-per-view. And you're going to be paying multiple pay-per-views if you want to see big fights. Because from this point on out, I'll be honest and unbiased, every fight that Errol Spence Jr. is involved in will most likely be on pay-per-view, because they're trying to change the narrative and turn him into a pay-per-view star by fighting smaller fighters. And this is the obvious. Now, if you look at Ego, Biased Boxing Ego, he said it's he prefers a deal similar to Amazon, which is a better deal. This is the same thing. It's saving you money over the long term. But let's look at what DAZN has. DAZN has Canelo Alvarez, has Anthony Joshua, has Triple G, has Danny Jacobs, and none of these fighters are fighting on pay-per-view. You're getting great value if you're a true and honest boxing fan, but the LDBC is garbage and trash for trying to promote a narrative on hating on DAZN. And you see Deontay Wilder almost signed, but at the end of the day, he's scared to fight Anthony Joshua. He doesn't want to give people the best fights, and he's not wanting to take the biggest payday of his career. And he wants to fight Anthony Joshua on a pay-per-view, and that's why he's angling for more money. He's brainwashed with this same PBC garbage, the same narrative that Boxing Bias, Ego, and the LDBC has. And you know what? In the end, that will ultimately fail him. But once again, unbiased as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.